for the life in these islands. E malama I kawai.
The Polynesian explorers of ancient times all must have known about the extraordinary value of an island which rises high above the sea. Evaporated moisture builds up. The persistent breeze sweeps warm, wet air up against the high, cold air, and the rain forms. A Hawaiian chant said, "'Twas in Ko'olau I met with the rain." The mountain walls leap with the rain. To imagine a year of mountain rain in a moment of time, you might stack one person on top of another, on top of a third. If you added a fourth and a fifth, you would glimpse a year's worth of rain, several hundred inches. The mountain walls leap with the rain. The words of native Hawaiians speak to us of the value of water. Vai, water. Vai vai means wealth, abundance. Waikiki means spouting water. Waiahole, water filled with the aholehole fish. Where today we talk about the law of the land, the Hawaiians spoke of the law of water, kana vai. The kapu which governed water became the law, the kana vai. Wherever the streams flowed, the Hawaiians became managers of water, and they grew food in abundance and multiplied to the hundreds of thousands. As their numbers grew, Hawaiians expanded into the dry districts of Oahu, and along the shore they dug shallow wells. Fresh water from the land mixed with salt water from the sea, as if this island was spilling over with water. For 100 years, the early Western settlers got along by using water from the streams, but the limitations of pure stream water became more and more of a problem. The entrepreneur James Campbell ranched on the arid lands of Ewa, and it's said that cattle sometimes thrust their heads into the sea and drank from freshwater springs. The water bubbling from the ground at Punahou likewise suggested the existence of an underground source, and the springs at the Protestant church Kawai Ahau were also a clue. In 1879, James Campbell brought in a driller from California who dug down 100 feet, 200 feet. Then he broke through a seal of dark red clay, and fresh, sweet water flowed to the surface. Campbell had tapped a vast underground storehouse, and the course of human history on Oahu had changed. People now had an enormous, pure, low-cost source of water. It supported the rapid expansion of the sugar industry. It supported the rapid growth of the city of Honolulu. A furious drilling and ditching of seemingly limitless water followed, and by the 1920s, the price of waste had become painfully evident. Wells were salting up. A water panic set in. And that was the origin of the Board of Water Supply, which signaled an era of systematic management of the water resource. Today we can see a dramatic part of Oahu's water story at the underground pumping station at Halawa. The Halawa Tunnel is a pathway through the inside of the natural water system. The tunnel is designed to skim water at a safe level, and the condition of the lens is carefully monitored. The lighter freshwater floats on the heavier saltwater, forming a giant reservoir. When people talk about the water lens, this is what they mean. tunnels within the system reveal a cross-section of porous volcanic rock constantly seeping water. The rain from above runs down through countless niches, a cascade through sponge-like stone. The digging of Halava Tunnel anticipated the possibility of World War II by a bit. Work began on December 6, 1941, a day before the attack on Pearl Harbor. The tunnel was completed in 1944, in time to help support the doubling of Oahu's population in wartime. Long-term trends are studied through a network of monitoring wells, which reach down 1,000 feet into the zone where fresh and salt water mix. Short-term trends are identified by monitoring the top of the water table from pumping station to pumping station. Conservation plans set in if the water table falls or if consumption rises unduly because of hot, dry weather. We have an ever-growing population with an ever higher standard of living resulting in ever greater consumption of water. Where does water come from? Most of the time, we don't have to think about it. It comes from the tap. Technology helps us manage more skillfully, but it does not alter the fact that the naturally available supply of water is limited. With periodic water shortages, we're reminded of those limits. We explore the idea of reusing wastewater. We experiment with costly desalinization, taking the salt out of ocean water. Limits are constantly weighed before new development is approved. When day-by-day conservation has been called for, Hawaii's people have proven themselves to be responsive and concerned. We learn that conservation can result in families cutting their water consumption in half. For homes with yards, most of that saving can come from water-efficient landscaping called xeriscaping. We can use water-saving devices, repair the leaks, take pride in the results, save on your water bill. We are all in this era of conservation together, rediscovering the ancient kanawai. Use only what you need, but do not waste. We must take care of the water. Aloha the water. E malama I kawai.
Life in these islands, e malama I kawai.